My name is Lennon Hobson, and I'm currently a freelance dancer and choreographer here in Los Angeles. I started here when I was 6 years old, and I wanted to come here because I looked through the window of the studio and was watching a class being given, and all the dancers had their hair up in these beautiful tight buns and these lovely black leotards and pink tights, and their lines were so beautiful. And I looked up at my mother and I said, "These are real ballerinas." And I never left. I think there was a very specific moment in time when I knew I wanted to be a dancer, and it was actually before I came to the Santa Clarita Ballet. My parents took me to see the Nutcracker when I was 3 or 4 years old, and I saw the Sugar Plum Fairy perform on stage. And I think in my head I had always wanted to be a fairy. I had grew up reading Grimm fairy tales and Sleeping Beauty and all these fantasy novels, J.R. Tolkien, and I always wanted to be a fairy. And in my mind, the closest I could get to being an actual fairy was to be a ballerina. And then I came to the Santa Clarita Ballet, and I think that image in my head of what a ballerina looked like was the reason I chose this studio, because I saw it here. And I saw it in the students, not just the professionals. The RAD system actually was really, really good for me because it gave me goals to work towards at a really young age, and it gave me specific obstacles to overcome at specific ages when your body is doing very specific things. The other thing that Santa Clarita Ballet gave me was a first-hand look at a professional choreographer with Carol Guidry. And being taught in class by Carol and seeing that she was a teacher and a real dancer, and then watching her choreograph the major ballets for the company I think it gave me a lot of the choreographic process that I use today, and choreography is where I make most of my living. It taught me a discipline. Being at the Santa Clarita Ballet was being in a conservatory-style classical ballet program, or as close to it as you can definitely get in Los Angeles. I think my dance experience will always shape who I am as a human, not just as a professional, but who I am at my core. My dance experience let me know who I was as an artist, that I like physical expression, that I like the dramatic arts, and it also taught me that I wanted to perform and pursue a career in the performance arts. How it will shape my future is I now have the tools to always dance. I can walk into a classroom in any studio and know a level, what level I want to take, what style I want to take, and that is a gift for not only me physically, but for my emotional spirit. Follow your heart. I think that we get so consumed with this idea of what we should be doing, the kind of grades we should be getting, the kinds of bodies we should have, and I think that it's important to listen to what your heart is telling you to do. And then the second thing I want to say to young students, which kind of goes with that statement, is even when it's hard, keep going. Because that's when you learn the most about yourself, and you really learn what you can accomplish. And it might show you what your heart is actually trying to tell you.